watch me, you, crank that Soldier Boy, I hurt my finger, crank that Soldier Boy last night while I was cleaning, crank that Soldier Boy really late at like 11 o'clock, crank that Soldier Boy, I got really hyper randomly, crank that Soldier Boy, and then it all came crashing down, crank that Soldier Boy. My shirt says Anxiety Boy. This is not my official merch as much as it looks like it. My mom gave me this for Christmas, sort of making light of the fact that I have these crippling panic attacks 3 to 4 times a day where I'm positive that I'm dying. So that's kind of cool. You know, I'm ready to join the Avengers. Now, actually on Twitter I read that those are military propaganda, and so anyone who likes those are dumb. Anyone who likes that is not smart. Have you ever seen people on Twitter do this thing? I'll see this like once a day where someone will write like, hey guys, I'm having kind of a down day. Can everyone send me pictures of their pets? Whatever that level of sadness is, I want to be that. Like, when I'm sad, if somebody sends me a picture of a dog, a photograph of a pup, all I could say is like, how dare you? Like, this is beyond being fixed by that. That's not gonna make a dent. Like, I need at least like a triple therapy session, a 3 to 4 hour walk in the woods for some reason, and like 5 to 6 years of a better diet in order to start feeling better. And that's not gonna happen, especially the last one, because I happen to enjoy hot dogs. Vegan hot dogs, don't get mad at me, okay? Just kidding. I'm not a vegan, but I do think about it sometimes, and that counts for nothing. But I don't know, it's so, I feel like I never, like, if I'm not a vegan by now, is it ever gonna happen? Like, I've already proven that I don't care and I'm a mean person. Like, I'm 37 and I'm still eating meat. Like, I was born in the 70s when bacon first came out, and let me tell you, we had fun. I saw my therapist yesterday and he told me, he said, I just want to say, you look good, you look like you've been dieting or exercising or something. I felt really good about it. I went home, I looked in the mirror, and I was like, I can't trust this man anymore. Like, what kind of standards are we working with here? Talk about a sliding scale. But honestly, like, and this is because I hate the way I look, and that's a problem, and other people who look like me shouldn't, but I should. Those are just the rules. I feel like if he thinks this looks good, like, how am I supposed to trust him to, like, know which of my thoughts are irrational and which ones hold weight, you know? I took an Uber also yesterday to therapy because I live the big life. No, because I don't feel like walking 2 hours, which I totally could. Like, I have the muscles. But you know when you meet someone, like, sometimes I'll get an Uber driver or just someone in life who's always kind of screaming at you, even if they're, like, telling you their favorite place to eat lunch. And it was one of those types of people, you know when you meet someone who, like, you can tell and you learn that whenever you bring up like emotional problems or any kind of like topic relating to feelings, they go like, screw it, don't even worry about that. Anxiety, you just gotta move on, just keep going, just work, make money. And you're just like, okay, like, I guess we're not gonna talk about feelings. And which is like, I probably honestly would be happier if I had that point of view. Whenever I had a bad feeling, I was just like, I gotta make money. I got into the Uber and she goes, oh, where are you heading? And I said, oh, I'm going to therapy. And she said, did you get in a car accident? And I was like, no, am I about to? Like, it kind of scared me for a second. And she was like, oh, because people get in a car accident and they go to therapy. And I was like, oh, you mean physical therapy? No, I'm going to like talk therapy. Like, I'm going to talk about like stuff. And she was like, oh, you're going to talk about your problems and shit? And I was like, yeah, that's me. Like, here we go. And she literally goes, you don't seem mental to me. Like, I've met mental people. And she actually said that, she goes, they kill their families. She said that. And I was like, okay, like, I guess some of them, like, kind of rarely, but it happens. She goes, you don't seem like, and I'm like, thank you, like, I have never killed my family, I thank you so much. I may one day ruin my life to an extent that stresses them out so much that they have a stroke, but I'm not going to, like, stab anyone. But I was like, oh, well, I'm, like, depressed, and she was like, you gotta forget about that, you can't let depression get, and she was just like, I was like, you know, I honestly think, like I said, if I had that point of view, like, I feel like the truth lies somewhere in the middle of, like, just get over it, and, like, what I'm doing, which is, like, I'm not saying you shouldn't be kind to yourself when you're depressed, but I'm coddling. Like, I'm having a bad feeling in my tummy, like, let me take 3 weeks off of doing anything. And, like, I feel like I gotta move a little bit towards, like, just forget about it. Anyway, she had really cool hair. It was like a ponytail that was pink, but the rest of her hair wasn't pink. I wanted to say she had nice hair, but I didn't want her to think I was flirting with her. I mean, she was like 50. Not that I couldn't flirt with a 50-year-old. I have, and I will, and I won't stop. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and please turn this video off if you're afraid of, like, talking about, like, kind of creepy stuff and like demons and like kind of paranoid thinking about like scary things, like anything like that, turn the video off. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Please listen to my music on Spotify. Okay, are all the cool kids still here? Let's talk the dark forces of hell. And listen, I know this is going to make me sound weird and like I'm losing my mind, but honestly, and it's probably mostly my imagination, but I swear, for the past like few weeks, the numbers 666 and 666 have been like following me around. Like I'll see it, like I'll look at my step count, like I count my steps on my phone and it'll be like literally 6,666 steps. How many emails I have, it'll be like 66 emails. I'll be talking to someone, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm 66 years, like it won't stop. And there's something to be said for like, if you're looking for something, you'll find it. And I know I sound like Jim Carrey. That doesn't make sense. He was in a movie called The Number 23 where he thought the number 23 was following him around, and I kind of feel like that's my life right now. Anyway, I started to get really scared that I was like being haunted by something. Like I did not know what was going on, and I felt like this kind of is just kind of delusion, or I don't know what it is, but this really keeps popping up and I don't know why. And so, like many problems in my life, I went to Google. I decided to Google it, see if anyone's sharing the same thing, you know, check out Reddit. So I put into Google, like, keep seeing number 666, drag me to hell, whatever, this is happening. And everything that comes up, and listen, I will admit, they were poorly designed websites. They didn't seem super trustworthy. They were called like, you know, spiritsandhoroscopes.net or whatever. But everything that came up, literally every website, every link, every YouTube video was like, keep seeing angel number 666. You have angels, 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 angels. And like I went on one of the websites and it was like, this is commonly regarded as like an evil number having to do with the devil or whatever, but it's actually angels. And I literally felt so, like, I had like a rush of happiness, and I don't care if it's true. I really don't care if it's true, because I cannot have an exorcism right now. Like, this is not happening. That's the other thing, like, what was I going to do if it came up and it was like, you need an exorcism? Like, I can't have, if I did an exorcism, it would like be, for me, it would be like being hypnotized, where it's like, I would have to fake it, like, because I'd feel bad for the person. Like, they'd be like, and now I'm expelling the demon. And I'd be like, oh my God, here it comes. Woohoo! No more. Okay, thank you so much. Here's $90. I gotta go. Anyway, that problem was solved. Don't tell me that, like, don't tweet me that you, like, looked further into it and I'm actually haunted. Because I know I'm gonna get some compliment whenever I bring up, like, devil or anything like creepy like that. I'll get at least a few comments that are like, Drew, don't joke about that, you're about to be haunted. And it's like, listen, if I am, I am. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna haunt me, haunt me. Honestly, no, wait, I don't like that. I don't like what I was saying. I was about to say, like, come get me. No, leave me alone, please. I'll do anything. What? Also, I went to Disneyland yesterday with my cousins. It was super fun. I did not like the security guard. Like, you went through a metal detector, and like I had a bunch of like nicotine gum in my pocket and all this stuff, and I was like asking him, I was like, oh, do I take this out too or just my phone? He was like, yeah, that has foil on it. It's a metal detector, boss. He called me boss. It's a metal detector, boss. I'm like, really? You're gonna be rude to me at Disneyland? Like, you guys are supposed to be like the sweetest people. You're supposed to literally look at me and be like, hi, sweetheart, do you like magic? You like Goofy? Yuck, yuck, yuck. I literally wanted to get the Goofy costume so he didn't know my identity, dress up as Goofy, kick him in the head, and go, hit him. By the way, totally off topic, I came up with a joke. I honestly don't know if I heard it somewhere else or read it on the internet. What's Goofy's favorite hotel? When Goofy goes on a trip, what hotel does he stay at? The Hilton. The Hilton. That's pretty, so many people are like, at least 55, can you imagine that? 55 people, maybe 55,000 people around the world are laughing right now. And isn't that beautiful? A Hilton. Yeah, look out for the security guards at Disney. Like, honestly, like, maybe before you enter the park, they're still allowed to be rude to you, because honestly, the security guards at Disneyland have, like, big TSA energy, which is a term I just coined. And Pete Davidson has it, let me tell you. It is weird, though, like, when I was at Disneyland yesterday, I honestly, and I don't know, I'm saying this like it's going to be very surprising to people, but I used to get recognized, like, a good, like, when there was a time I went to Disneyland and like all day, people were like, Drew, 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 Drew. Like, it was happening. And it didn't happen once. That being said, I was wearing a wig, sunglasses, and a hat because I just can't risk it. I'm kidding. That's hilarious. I can't help but feel kind of like I failed or something, and like I'm being vulnerable. I don't know who has to say that. I'm being vulnerable right now. What a weird. Okay, what am I? I don't know. Do you have feelings? I'm not sure. Yeah, it just made me feel kind of like confused about where I am. Like, I know people have stopped watching my videos and like I lose a lot of Instagram followers, but like part of me is like, wait, the people who recognized me 3 years ago still, like, that many people still know who I am. I know I got chubby, but like also, wouldn't they still know my face? It's very strange. Like, it's hard to, like, it's the most embarrassing thing ever. Like, the reason I said I'm being vulnerable is because I'm embarrassed about saying this, like, noticing how often you're getting recognized, but it's kind of hard not to notice when it's never. Like, at Disneyland, where, like, the intersection of people from all around the world and your biggest chance of getting recognized, and it used to happen, like, 100 times, and it happens 0 times. Like, I feel like the record industry, like, I'm just going down. What? What I meant to say, like, I feel like Blockbuster. Like, I used to be, you know, people were lining up around the block, and now the Blockbuster. Listen, people were lining up around the block, comma, Buster. I'm trying to have fun with you right now, I really am, and if you're not giving me what I need, I can't do my thing. But yeah, it's weird, like, and I still, like I've talked about in my other videos, like I still feel so excited that the fact that I get any sort of views on anything, like, or okay, at least 1,000. But like the fact that I can still get like 100,000 views on a video is really exciting. And I'm not just saying that, like it means something to me and I can still make money a little bit. But I just feel like I failed a little bit. Like I'm kind of on the down, because I was up and a little bit down and up, and now I'm down and I'm dealing with that. Like I know I'm talking about it a lot, but it's like an emotional thing that I'm going through where I'm like, I used to be more popular, and it's hard when you put all of your insecurity into something that is not going to last forever. Eventually you crash and burn because it doesn't last forever. It's like thinking you're so ugly and then getting in a relationship and the person's like, hey, you're hot. You're actually hot. And you're like, oh my god, I'm hot? Like, yay, I'm hot. And then they break up with you and you're like, oh, I was ugly. Like, oh no. Not really a moral to the story. I'm trying as hard as I can to like not let that stuff bother me. Like, I want to be successful, and by the way, I definitely understand that it's my fault. Like, I'm not making consistent videos. I leave every month for 3 months. Like, I don't post on Instagram, and that's a lot of the reason why I'm losing followers. I look different, my videos are different, I don't keep up with YouTube trends. Like, you don't have to tweet me and let me know what the reasons why I'm somewhat failing on YouTube now. I shouldn't say failing, because, and by the way, the people who are watching this right now are the people who are still watching my videos, so it's like, it's like when the teacher gets mad at a kid who's sick. No. I'm really trying with the metaphors today, analogies, and they're not happening. Honestly though, it was so nice, honestly though, it was so nice to like spend time with family yesterday. Like, I went to Disneyland and I just like rode home with them, and they drove me home, and I just talked to them, and it was so sweet, like just having family that I can love, and they love me back, and they've known me since I was a baby, and I've known them since I was a baby, and obviously, it's just like, that's the most important thing to me, and like, I forget that sometimes, like that I can call my parents, and that I can hang out with my cousins, and that I can call my sister. Like, it's hard to make friends. Like, I really struggle with making friends and keeping friendships, and like, especially the past like few years, like there's been a lot in my life to where like people that I keep thinking that like I made a friend or somebody that used to want to hang out with me will still want to hang out with me, and they don't always. And like, I don't always want to hang out with people and I'm like, that's something I'm learning. But family, like, that's so amazing. And I know that not everyone is lucky enough to have a family that supports them and loves them or is alive or whatever, but like, it's just like very special. I just want to give a shout out to my family. Shout out to family. Anyway, thank you for watching. Oh, by the way, I released a new song, like, I think like a month and a half or 2 months ago on like Spotify and Apple Music and stuff, and on iTunes, but why would you buy it? Called Rich Parents. It's only like 2.5 minutes long, so listen to it. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I think, I never really talked to, and honestly, listen to my EP. Honestly listen to my EP. Don't be a liar while you listen to it. It's called Some Other Light. I made the music video for it. Most people watching this to the end probably already know about that, but listen to it again. I worked really hard on it, and I'm thinking of releasing new music soon. So, yeah, it won't be as like professional and like, but it'll be like more like demos. But thank you for watching this. Sorry I left again. Am I sorry? Then why do you keep doing it? A sorry without change is nothing at all. And that's why I'm not a vegan. No? Anyway, play the guitar now. Leave me a comment, I'm very lonely. Leave me a comment, I'm very lonely. Oh my god, my turtle jumped into the water as soon as I finished my song. And that's life. Goodbye.